Oh, I don't know if I'm online or not. Seem to be having a problem getting on this morning. Hey, everybody, welcome. This is Mike from Mike's Magic Resto Auto Detailing and Paint Enhancement here in a sunny Sharpsburg, Georgia. Oh boy. Yep, look at that. There's Sally. She's back outside. And y'all know what that means if you've been with me before. That means I've got a customer's car in the garage here working on it. Folks, this is an '01 Corvette something another. According to the article I read, and the customer, this is a relatively rare vehicle in that, as I understand it, in a 2-year period, only about 800 or so were painted this color, which is a green. I forget what they call it exactly. It's got just a little bit of metal flake in it. I'm not a fan of green, but this is pretty. It belongs to a lady customer. She doesn't drive it very often. It stays inside most of the time. Yesterday, what I did was thoroughly strip wash this thing so I could better, if that's a good phrase, assess the paint. It's hard to tell when it hasn't been washed much lately. And she said it doesn't get washed very often, doesn't get driven very often. It stays in the garage. But after I dried it with a car dryer combined with a oh boy. I'm looking for my light here. Should have brought it with me. I wanted to show you guys. Only after a couple of minutes. Oh man. Oh, my phone's ringing. Of sitting outside. See if I can get this going here where y'all can see it on camera. I can't tell because my phone's after just a few minutes, look what we got. Good old Georgia pollen. Man, oh man, oh man. I mean, just a couple of minutes after I dried it, put all my stuff away, put it in the garage. And here's what we ended up with. Pollen everywhere. Because I'm getting ready to claymore this vehicle. Okay, stop, phone, stop. And then the plan is to give it a one-step polish and then finish off with a sealant and work on the glass some, all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if y'all can see that on camera. See all those contaminants in this paint? On this paint and in it. Some of it has embedded. So I chemically deconned it yesterday as well. You can see some stuff there. It's pretty much the same all over this vehicle. So we'll see what good that does. You can see stuff there on the roof. Man, of course it's all covered with pollen now except for the hood, which I have started clay barring. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is in a few places around this car, these are what we call RIDs in this business. Random Isolated Deep Scratches. Oh boy. I'm going to see if I can make that one go away. Giving it the fingernail test. I think a lot of it will go away, but not all of it, because my fingernail is catching on parts of it. Another one there. And there's a few of these all over the car. A few of them. It's not terrible. And I don't know if y'all can see it. It's got a goodly amount of And I had to get all the pollen off here, so hopefully y'all can see that micro marring and scratching that's in there. Yeah, maybe we can pick some of that up. It's hard to see it in this paint. Oh, so you can see stuff there. And it's pretty much the same throughout the whole vehicle. Now, I don't know if you could tell a huge difference, but this side of the hood has not been clay barred yet. This side has. There is a difference. If you kind of focus on those overhead lights there, you can see a little bit of difference. Just, you know, and clay barring will mar your paint just a little bit. But, man. But it's just full of, this paint's full of micro marring. Well, which comes from washing it, driving down the road, cleaning pollen off if you don't do it properly. There's some more scratching in there. I think y'all can plainly see that, I hope. Another ridge right there. Yeah, you know, there's a few of those here and there. Little bit of touch-up paint right there. Or apparently a rock chip flew up. It's got a few rock chips on it here and there because it's not a show car. It gets driven around. The usual damage to the rear view mirrors. Oh boy, and here, this spot, I don't know what happened here. Look at all that. That is not going to go away. I think she wants to leave this on here for now. Folks, do not put these on your paint. And here we have complete clear coat failure. You can see where the clear coat has just peeled away and given up the ghost. What I'm going to try to do is feather that out a little bit, just lightly by hand, and then try polishing it, see if I can make it blend just a little bit better. But not much hope for that. We'll see how it turns out, but I'll give it a shot. I mean, as I say, this car passes the 4-foot test, but as you move just a little bit closer, you can see all the scratching and micro marring. You know, and folks, some of that is just about impossible to prevent. I mean, you can minimize it. Great. Look at all that water spotting there. Holy moly moly. From different, maybe not altogether water spotting, but where stuff has landed on the paint and has been left there for too long. And some of it has embedded into the clear coat. I know good and well it's bonded. This emblem here, she's ordered a new one. She said it should be arriving sometime this week. Who knows in this day and time. But what I'm going to do is remove this old one for her. And I'll show you guys how I do that. There's a really deep scratch right there. Who knows where that came from. Might can minimize that, but it is not going to go away. But it's a gorgeous car. Like I say, I'm not a fan of green, but I like this one. Of course, I've got the license plate off, as usual. I'll polish up the glass some. We'll see what happens there. I appreciate y'all dropping by on this adventure. I had a lot of work to do on them wheels and tires, I guarantee you, because they had not been done in a while. Tons of all different kind of stuff and brake dust and all that kind of stuff. And there's some damage to the metal and the finish on those wheels. Nothing I can do about that, but I'll make them look as good as possible. Cleaned up inside the fender wells. So I clean all that stuff all up under, and this is another one of those cars where that curvy part goes way up under there. Well, you know what? That gets dirty too. Cleaned it as best I could on this level. But she looks much better with just a thorough cleaning. Ha! I appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Thanks for dropping by. Like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. Comment. Hey, Kelly. You got here just in time. I'm about to sign off, Mr. Pilcher. You're the vet, man. Just getting started good on this thing, Kelly. Woo-wee. Oh, boy. Go back and look at the pollen on the trunk when you get a chance. I've already panel prepped and clay barred the roof. I had to prep it with rinseless wash because of all the pollen on it, because I didn't want to take my clay bar and grind all that pollen into the paint, Kelly, because pollen is abrasive. If you look at it, a picture of a pollen under a microscope, you will see it has burrs all around it. And that can be abrasive, and if you leave it on there and it gets wet and dries, it is acidic. When it gets wet, it turns acidic, and it will bond to your clear coat, Kelly, and if you leave it on there too long, it will embed into the clear coat, which is what I suspect where some of this spotting has come from that I showed earlier on this video, is probably from, look at that. Golly. And look at this, Kelly. I'm not sure what caused this. I really don't know. We have complete clear coat failure here. I sure do not put these things on your car, because sometimes you get damage under here and then it spreads to the surrounding area, which may be what happened to this. I'm just not sure. But this is missing clear coat, Kelly. And what caused it, I can't be positive. I just don't know. I just don't know. It's a shame. It's a shame. But the only solution to this is a repaint, as you probably know. A few random scratches, rids as we call them. I don't know, Kelly, can you see all those contaminants on there? Oh, holy moly. Ooh-wee. Anyway, appreciate you, Mr. Kelly. Hope you're having a great time. Cute grandson you got there. He's going to be a lady killer. He's going to be a lady killer, I hear to tell you. Have a great one. I'll see y'all later.